Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Sonic the Werehog. Let's get started at the top center of our page with the nose. So we'll start with an oval. So from the very top we'll work our way around to the bottom and back up towards the top. We're going to fill this in black. Now at the top of the nose we're going to draw a short straight line going up. Let's draw on the top eyelid. Starting from the left side of the nose, we're going to start by curving out and then going up. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction towards the end of the eyelid. So just blending into a curve going out. Now we're going to tuck the bottom of the eye underneath. Starting on the left, we're going to leave a little overlap. So stepping in, we'll curve out, round out the bottom of the eye, and then pull that in towards the side of the nose. Let's tuck two ovals underneath the eyelid. Starting on the left, curve down, and then up. On the left side of each eye, we're going to draw a small circle for a highlight. I'm going to tuck this one underneath the eyelid slightly. And then in the middle of the iris, we're going to draw a smaller oval for the pupil. We're going to tuck that in underneath the highlight and fill that in black. Let's move down and draw on the mouth. So just below the left eye, we're going to start out here, curve down in the middle, and then back up on the right side. Let's add a couple fangs. Starting on the left, we're going to draw a V. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's draw a smaller fang on the inside. Let's add the lower part of the mouth. So on the inside edge of the left fang, we're going to curve down towards the bottom of the mouth, and we're going to curve back up towards the right, just underneath the fang. Let's add the lower row of teeth. Starting on the left, we're going to curve across towards the right. Now let's fill the inside of the mouth in black. Now from here we're going to draw on the sides of the cheek coming down towards the chin. So on the side of the left eye, we're going to curve around. I'm just going to pull this in towards the chin, leaving a little bit of space just underneath the mouth. And we'll go back up towards the right side. Let's accentuate the brow line. So on the left, we're just going to curve up and out towards the left, and then the right. From here, let's draw the side of the head. So on the outside edge of the left eye, we're going to step up. We're going to curve around the eye and then pull that down. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Let's add in the ears. Starting from this point, we're going to curve out. And we're going to pull that back towards the right. Do the same thing on the right side. Hooking that around. Now we're going to curve down towards the top of the head. Coming down and then in. Let's add the inside part of the ear. So from the top we'll step down, we're going to curve down and then in. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points with a curve going out and then back in. Now let's draw the top of the head in behind the ears. So from this point we're going to step up. Now I'm going to curve across. I'm going to go up towards the top of the ear on the right side. So a little bit higher. Going across. Now before I draw on the spikes, let's draw on the outside of the arm. So from this point in the head, we're going to step up to create an overlap. We're going to curve out and then down towards the wrist. Now let's go back up and draw on the spikes. We're going to continue this curve in behind the ear, curve out, and then pull that down. Now I'm going to hook that back in, so just tapering it back up. Now we draw one more spike, curving out and then down, and we'll pull this in behind the side of the arm. Let's add a little bit of fur texture towards the top spike. So on the side here, we're going to curve over. I'm going to taper that back in. We're going to add one more spike, curving out, and pull that towards the top of the spike. Now we're going to move in and draw on the sides of the body. So underneath the side of the head, we're going to step down, curve down and then in towards the hips. Do the same thing on the right. Stepping down, come down, and then in. We're going to round out the hips down towards the top of the leg. So blending into a curve. Now let's add the body patch. Underneath the left side of the face, curve down and in towards the center. Now as we get towards the middle, we're going to pull that down towards a point. Now from here, we're going to work our way towards the right, going up and out. And we're just going to pull that straight up underneath the face. Let's continue drawing the arms. I'm going to start with the inside. So from this point of the body, we're going to step down. We're going to taper the arms so it gets a little bit thicker as you come down towards the wrist. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to add the fur cuff. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve up and in. Now we're going to taper that back down. Now we're going to work in the opposite direction. Curving the opposite direction towards the top. Now we're going to come down towards the inside of the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's draw on the outside of the fur cuff. Start from this bottom point here, we're going to curve up and out. Do the same thing on the inside. Now we're going to taper this back down with a curve. Draw one more smaller point, going out. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve coming down towards the wrist. Come down and pull that back up on the inside. We're going to do the same thing on the right. Now let's draw on the hands. I'm going to start with the thumb first. On the inside, I'm going to curve around and then down. We're going to round out the thumb and pull that up. Now I'm going to do a slight curve coming in. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Start by curving in and then down towards the tip of the thumb. We'll round this out, go up, and then do a slight curve coming in. Back on the left side, let's add in the fingers. So we're going to curve around the thumb, going down, round out the tip of the finger, and then go back up. Go to the right side and do the same thing. Let's add a second finger, curving around. So we're just duplicating what we did on the inside. Round out the finger, and then go back up. Let's add the final finger. Curve out and down. Now this finger is going to be a little bit shorter. Round up the finger, and now we're going to pull this up underneath the cuff. Now we're going to add some claws along the tips of each finger. Starting on this side, we're just going to curve this in, and then taper back up underneath the finger. We're going to do the same thing to all 3 fingers. Now with the thumb, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Let's do the same thing on the right, starting with the thumb. Now let's go back in and draw on the sides of the leg. Starting from the hip, we're going to curve out and then down towards the ankle on both sides. Now from here, we're going to step in, curve the inside part of the body, and then back down towards the right side. So going up in the middle, I'm going to round this out, curve down towards the right side. From here, we're going to overlap these 2 lines with a curve. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve down, and then back up. Let's add in the boot cuff. So from this bottom, we're going to step up, curve around, and then back in. We do the same thing on the inside of the leg. Go to the right and do the same. Now we draw one more fold. Stepping out, we're going to curve around towards the bottom, and we're going to pull this up on the inside of the cuff. From the inside bottom of the cuff, we're going to curve in and then down towards the heel. Now let's round out the bottom of the feet. So from heel to toe, we're going to draw a large curve, going down, and then back up towards the toe. And then from the toe, we're going to round out the top of the foot. Now from here, we're going to curve up. Now we're not going to go all the way down. We're going to curve this down to right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Curving up, and then down. From the top of the foot, we're going to curve in and then up underneath the cuff. Let's add a thick sole along the bottom. So taking this curve, we're just going to duplicate that right up above. And we're going to take this curve and just continue down towards the sole. We're going to add a strap that goes along the top of the foot. So underneath the cuff, we're going to follow that same curve, coming down towards the bottom of the foot. Now we're going to add some spikes along this band. Starting from the outside, we're going to draw almost like an upside down V. And then on the inside, we're going to add a circle. Let's do the same thing on the right, starting with the circle, and then the upside down V. Let's finish off with a few spikes along the bottom of the feet. So starting on the outside, we're going to draw a V. We're going to draw 4 of these going across. So we're going to start at the heel. Now we're going to add 2 more on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right, starting from the heel, go over towards the toe. Now we're going to draw 2 more on the inside, just evenly spaced out. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Sonic the Werehog. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.